taxis in New York City will now be working together.
CBS 2's Alice Gaynor reports on the new agreement and whether it'll be good for riders.
New York City yellow taxi drivers have been battling rideshare apps for business for years.
I use Uber. It's more convenient for me.
But Uber has been dealing with a driver shortage, which has meant longer wait times and higher fares.
Yellow cab is very easy to get.
The pandemic made everything worse.
It is a real struggling, I must confess. It's picking up, but not like it used to be, but still better than last year.
But now they're joining forces. Soon you'll be able to hail a yellow taxi on your Uber app.
That's a good news.
Uber says it will, quote, team up with taxi software companies CMT and Curb, which will benefit taxi drivers and all New Yorkers. Those power the apps Curb and Arrow currently use to hail a yellow cab on your phone.
It's never too late to make things right.
Fernando Mateo, founder of the New York State Federation of Taxi Drivers, says he's pleased with the alliance.
Hopefully now the industry will come back and it will come back and stay at a lower price to the driver, but as a convenience to the industry.
Uber says drivers' earnings will be based on TLC-mandated rates. The New York Taxi Workers Alliance says yellow cab drivers would be paid the rates regulated for rideshare drivers.
But here's the catch. Those rates reflect the expenses that Uber and Lyft drivers have, which are actually lower than yellow cab driver expenses, where you still have the medallion, you have the card that needs to be changed every 6 years. For yellow cab drivers who have higher expenses, those rates would be almost 15% less than what they would make from the meter.
She notes this is voluntary for yellow taxi drivers to be a part of, but after the hardships some drivers have faced, Mateo adds,
sometimes it's better to take less than to take nothing.
For the rider, fares will be the same on the app, whether a taxi or UberX. This aims to drive down the wait for a ride and potentially the cost. Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.
Now, taxi drivers will also see an upfront price for the trip and can choose whether to accept it. Yellow taxis on their own seem to be less expensive these days. That's because the meter's calculated rate differs from the ride.